For the one arm dumbbell push press, every single repetition is going to begin from the rack position. We're going to utilize our hips and our legs to dip and drive that dumbbell overhead to a fully extended arm position, locked out in line with the ears. But before we do that, we need to get that dumbbell from the floor up to the rack position. The most efficient way of doing so is with either a full dumbbell clean or a hang clean. It looks something like this. You begin with the dumbbell centered between your feet. Feet are shoulder width apart. And you'll have that handle lined up at the center of the feet. You'll bend at your knees and hips as you spread the floor apart with your feet, keeping your spine nice and neutral. Extend one arm out, wrap the thumb and fingers around that handle, make sure the wrist is straight. Arm is pulled in tight to the rib cage, taking a belly breath, deadlift it off the ground. Okay? From here, I'll show you from a different angle, probably be a little better to see the hip hinge. We're going to lower that dumbbell to perform the hang power clean, bending at the hips, slightly at the knees until it's about in line with the knees. Extend the knees and hips, shrug the shoulders, and catch that dumbbell in the rack position. From the rack position, you want your forearm to be nice and vertical, knuckles pointed up towards the ceiling, and an elbow resting on the rib cage. We don't want it anywhere else. We want to keep that weight as close to our center of gravity as possible. That's going to allow us to lift as much weight as possible. To initiate movement, feet are going to be shoulder width apart. You're going to take a nice deep belly breath. Slight bend in the hips and legs, or hips and knees. Dip and drive. Extend that arm overhead till the arm is fully extended in line with the ears. I'll show you from the side. Okay. From here, lower it under control and repeat. From here, you can either A, come down to the rack or the hang position and switch hands from there, or you can lower it to the ground, pick it up at the hand you didn't just work with. Okay, in this case, it would be this hand. Perform another clean, perform the same number of repetitions of push presses on this side that you did on this side. Again, it does matter where you're starting from, so make sure you get a good clean so you can catch it in a good rack position so that you have a stable, firm, and strong foundation for pushing that dumbbell overhead. And please make sure that dumbbell gets all the way up there. You're not finishing with a half bent elbow, and you're not finishing with the dumbbell out in front of you like this. It just spells disaster for your shoulders. So lift heavy and have fun with this one. That's how you do a one-arm dumbbell push press.